Hello.
Hi.
So this setting might look a little different for you. For us. We're inside. We're in our house. And today we're doing something different. We're doing a Q&A.
Yeah.
Because we realized you guys don't really know us.
They've just kind of been watching the
Yeah,
videos and
you're awesome for supporting us and being so kind and following our journey without even knowing if you like us or not.
True. And if you're here, thanks for watching. And honestly, let's just get right to it and get started. All right, question 1. Why did you want to buy the Toyota Motorhome? I kind of like that. For a while now, Emily and I have been knowing and wanting to travel and be on the road. And at first, it wasn't specifically a Toyota Motorhome we were looking at. We just knew we wanted something to live in and travel on the road. Emily brought light to me like how freaking sweet and cool these Toyota Motorhomes were. I've seen them before, but
I sat on Craigslist and Facebook, like selling pages. I do on a regular basis. I do that for houses because I love architecture and RVs in general, just because I love looking at the different layouts and what people do.
She does. And she sent me a few of these Toyota Motorhomes that were out there for sale. And I would see them and I don't know what it was, but like she was already in love with them and I fell in love with them as I saw them rolling into my Facebook messages. Thank you. And we decided like, cool, let's go for one of these Toyota Motorhomes. One, because they're so reliable. We read tons of message boards, forums, did some research on these engines. Incredible. 2, they're affordable. They were like, you can pick one up between $5,000 and $10,000, and if you're willing to put in the work, you got a sweet
elbow grease, not just the work, the elbow grease.
Yeah, maybe you've seen we're in the middle.
If you've seen one of our videos, this isn't, like you said, this isn't for the light of heart. We are DIY diehards, where we love to do everything by ourselves. So renovating an RV, we're like, cool. We don't see the calamity, or I don't know if that's the right word of it, but every time we bring it up to people we know, they're always scared for us.
So hopefully that answers that question. All right. What is your plan when it's finished?
Travel.
Yeah.
The redwoods, for sure.
I don't think there's a wrong answer. As long as we're on the road and discovering new things, we're going to be so stoked and happy. And the most important about that question is when it is finished. When is it going to be finished? That's the goal. And then we'll figure out what we do. We're going to drive it. We're going to travel. So
I mean, we bought this because we love camping. We love seeing national parks. We love camping and being in nature. So
yeah.
The next best thing for people who also work somewhat normal jobs, like we'll talk about that more soon, I'm sure, like what our job schedules are like. But we have the ability to travel, and when you have an RV, you can just pick up and go and show up at your site and have everything packed ahead of time. Where when we were just tent camping, every single time you kind of have to break down your list, make sure you grabbed everything from your room, from your garage, from wherever you keep your camping supplies, and make sure you packed everything in your car and that it fits. And then if you're bringing dogs, that you have room for them. Where as an RV, everyone just, pack a few pairs of underwear and you're good to go.
That's right. If you could have a whole year to do anything with no money or bill worries, what would you do?
Travel. Duh. Well, first, because our renovation isn't finished, I would just pay someone to finish it within 2 seconds. Even though, on a soul level, I want to do the work ourselves. But if money wasn't an option or wasn't an issue, fix it up or get a brand new spanking one that's old because I like the retro style.
Yeah,
But
same.
I'd want to hit the road right now. And I just really want to go back to the Redwoods. We lived in the Redwoods for a while in Humboldt. And I went to school there. We lived up there once we got married. And now we live down in San Diego. But I miss the trees and I miss the forest. Forest bathing is a thing. And it's real. And I believe in it. And that's why I think I love the forest so much. So Google it if you need to.
We both know we have the travel bug from past experiences we'll get to in a little bit. But if we had a whole year with no worries, oh my gosh, we would see every state, every country, every national park, try the best foods, and just try and cover as much as we can. And that sounds like an amazing dream. And hey, maybe it will happen, you know. We'll see what.
Stay tuned.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. How old are you both?
25.
You really gonna do that to us?
Forever.
You gonna make us say that?
25.
All right, 25. Yeah. Okay.
No.
So
We're not.
actually, this is kind of fun. I'm 32.
I'm 32.
I'm a Libra,
I'm a Scorpio.
but we're 2 weeks apart. I'm October 14th.
I'm October 28th. And we got married October 22nd.
It's an exciting month.
So we call it our anniversary.
My birthday, anniversary, her birthday. This is fun. What hobbies do you have? I was a born and raised drummer. That's always been a hobby of mine. I played music for the better part of since I was in first grade until now. Aside from that, I've always been into kind of building, woodwork, metalwork. No professional by any means. It's all just kind of like I enjoy it and I try to make things not fall apart.
Half the shelves in our house, half the side tables, coffee tables. He made it.
She also made it.
I helped. Oh my god. That's Honey barking. Let's pause. We got some questions for the dogs.
Yeah, there's a couple questions for the dogs. So, what is it like to be so perfect? This is for both dogs.
Well, our dogs are perfect. That's true.
They just
We
say
love them.
it's just another day being perfect, you know? Like, we can't help it. We just are, and you need to respect that we're perfect.
And they're perfect in their own ways, because Honey likes the solo chill life, and Baby likes the violent in everybody's face life. So they're figuring it out together, but they're perfect.
Yeah,
And, you know,
that's true.
it feels good to be perfect when you're a dog.
The other big questions for the dogs. Bayleaf.
Oh, the only inappropriate question that is coming through was a question for the dogs. And that question was,
How often do you poop?
which is random, but every day,
Do you guys care to chime in?
multiple times a day.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, I will brag that our dogs are very regular and they get veggies and supplements, not supplements, but like superfoods with all of their meals. So we got healthy dogs.
So regular.
Too regular.
Ding ding. All right.
All right. Thanks for
Scram.
coming by, girls.
Scram.
Say bye. Say we love you. We love you.
If money was not an object, what country would you travel to and why? Okay. Let me lead this off.
Okay.
I spent a tiny brief moment there. I was in a band. We did a lot of touring. Maybe more on that later. We spent some time in Switzerland. Switzerland, hands down. I would go back there. Just to go there in general is expensive in terms of hotels, food, all that. But it is one of the most stunning countries that you'll experience in your life. Just the Alps. You're in tiny little towns and you're just like swallowed by these incredible giant mountains that don't even seem real.
I haven't been. I dream of it.
So that will happen, and
Stay tuned.
yeah, if right now...
It won't be with the Toyota.
No, that would never make it up the hill.
The Toyota is not going to Switzerland.
Actually, real quick, a funny story. When we were actually traveling into the Alps, we were in a very janky looking bus thing. If I can find a photo, I'll show you. But we were climbing up and the driver was genuinely wanting to turn around because he didn't think we'd make it. And as we were going down the hill, he was like, "Our brakes are not going to make it." And he was this Welsh guy, and he was very sweet, but he was panicked, and we were panicked, and we did not think we'd make it up and over, and it was crazy. Yeah.
You've never told me that story.
Oh man, really?
No.
Oh my gosh, Phil.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, we're live. Your turn.
Only because that was like my first bucket list location would be New Zealand. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. I feel like I have like a connection there. I love kiwi birds. I think the place looks beautiful, and I've never been there yet. Since probably, I think it was second grade, I did a report on New Zealand and kiwi birds where I have no idea how I found it, but I love that place and I want to go there someday. But we have gone to Thailand and I love it. And so if money were an object, I just would want to spend all the time and money there because we met so many amazing people and businesses that I would love to go back and support.
Yeah. This is fitting. Favorite places to visit together. I have one. Do you want to lead it off?
Yes.
And I'll do the other.
Okay. My first one is somewhere in the Redwoods. And, well, anywhere in the Redwoods in general, but there is a place in Northern California, and they do these insane, I think they're Swedish hot tubs. And it's like these wooden, forested, majestic hot tubs that you rent. And there's this beautiful coffee shop and like kind of hotel thing. And you can get pastries and coffee, and then you have this private hot tub, and it is so clean and beautiful and in nature.
The other favorite place for us to visit together, from my perspective, is Thailand. I think it was the most incredible experience, from the scenery to the culture to the insane food. We got lost on an island because our phones didn't work, and we were on like a little Vespa scooter, and it was super stressful because we had dinner plans and then things didn't work out, but it was it was so fun. And there's like waterfalls like on every other turnout, and we just had the most amazing time. And
it wasn't real.
It wasn't real. That's the best way to put it. And I would love to go back, maybe choose a different island and have the same experience, because it was beautiful and amazing, and that is one of my favorite places to visit together. So, what are your long-term goals? 5 years, 10 years, more? So, you want to lead that off?
At the end of the day, ask me where I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 1 year, anything. I'm always going to give you that cliche answer, but I truly, truly mean it. I want to be happy.
Dang, you win.
No, but I
know,
truly mean it. So, like,
good.
even if we're still renovating the van or we're traveling, like, as long as I'm happy, that's where I see myself, because I'm, like, if you really know me, I'm in the business of finding happiness and peace and all that jazz and Zen crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's cool. That's great. I hope for us to be definitely happy, of course. 5 years, it would be sweet that we're if we were traveling in our motorhome, like the renovation turns out great, like we have the means to go see the country, see everything we want, explore, and discover.
We also want to build
things.
our own house someday. So
that's what
like,
I was like, so 10 years.
It was like if we're really gonna be going that line, like we do plan to build our real house too. So
don't know what that means, but yeah, that could be the next big chapter for us on this.
But I think traveling is going to really help us, because we think we know where we want to build, but traveling could change our mind, and we're open to that.
Great point.
And the RV is going to give us that opportunity. Enunciation.
I know Joe from his secrets days. What's life been like since? Maybe a recap for you too. That's great.
Yes. So and a big shout out, because a lot of people who are supporting us on this channel and on our Instagram are definitely OGs from the band days. So we have to shout out that we're not going to hide that.
And for anyone who doesn't know, and this answers this, is for a long period of my life, from maybe 2010, 11 through 2016, I was touring heavily in a band. So I played drums, and we were on the road in the U.S. and overseas playing shows for like 250 plus days a year. So we were gone a lot. And during that time, I was with Emily, and she was incredibly supportive, and she got to come and see some of the country with me too.
I got to see a lot of the world that I wouldn't have seen it. And it was good times and no regrets.
Yeah. So in 2016, I stopped touring, and Emily and I got married, and we ended up moving to the Redwoods, like one of our favorite places in the world.
Humboldt, California.
Yep.
Pacific Northwest.
And we spent, it was about 2 years?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 years up there, and that's where I was trying to get my foot in the door with a career. So I chose treating water treatment, wastewater treatment. It's awesome, and that's what I'm doing right now. And currently we live in San Diego. So that's kind of caught up. Do you have any random talents?
We both make a lot of weird noises.
Yeah. Do you think that's a talent though, or just?
I think that might annoyance.
All right. What gave you the courage to take on a full renovation? Oh, I don't know.
YouTube. YouTube is the only reason why we're taking on a full renovation, because if we hadn't seen that people just like us were doing it, I can guarantee you there's no way I would have been suggesting to you that it's an opportunity, because I'm a very confident person, and I am a very do-it-yourself type person. Yeah. And so I think I've always felt confident from seeing people on YouTube doing things, knowing that I could do it too.
What is a typical day like for you? I'm going to break that into two parts. There's the work week us, and then there's the weekend us. So work week, I am pretty blessed with an awesome schedule. I work 12-hour days, so I will be on for 3 days, and then I'll be off for 3, and then I'll be on for 4, and off for 4, which is amazing. So I get a lot of time off.
And I work for myself, so I cater my schedule fully around
this
him.
Thing right here. So during the work week, it's pretty routine, like I'm gone, come back home, and we hang out with our dogs. We hang out for a bit, have dinner, go to sleep. We wake up, have some coffee, and do it for 3 or 4 days. And then weekends are a little bit more fun because we get time to work on the motorhome. We get to go out in the garden. We do our best to try and squeeze in hikes and camping trips, because that's one of our favorite things to do. Date night. Yeah. So
trivia night.
Oh yeah, trivia nights are fun. Yeah, so I guess it seems pretty standard, but yeah. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? And that's kind of fitting, right? So
originally, to be honest, it was 100% we want to be able to watch ourselves in the future to see what we've done and see our own progress, because a lot of times we put in so many hours and it feels like we haven't done anything. But when we film this, and especially when we create those time lapses, it's such a mental refresher for us that we are making progress.
Yeah.
And we're doing okay.
Just to share with friends, family, the community that we're ever so reliant on, trying to figure out what to do.
If we're watching their videos, why not post our own? Because like I was saying, we are so reliant on University of YouTube that the least we can do for a free admission to this university is you can pay it forward by posting your own videos and your own mistakes.
Yeah.
And so
well said.
We will not hide mistakes that we make. We are going to be the most transparent channel you've ever watched, because I don't like lying. I don't like being fake. I want to be
mostly
clear about what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing.
and what we're clear about is that we don't know what we're doing. So we're never gonna hide that this isn't uncharted territory.
Yeah. And to add to this question of why we wanted to start a YouTube channel, I think the cherry on the top is that Emily has a background in video, photography, editing, all that stuff. Because if neither of us had done it before, I highly doubt we would have gone this route because it's a lot of extra work, but for her it's kind of secondhand. It's just, you know, muscle memory at that.
Well, it's been nice because it's cutting back on clients and finally, like, I already work for myself, but this is like the ultimate working for yourself.
So what made you pick your rig over a bus or van? Would you pick it again if you did it all over? That's a cool question because there are an insane amount of options, and I'd say we've honestly contemplated
all of them.
A majority of them. Even to expand on that, like I'll drive down the road and I'll see those cool looking like U-Haul or UPS or Amazon trucks that you just kind of look, you're visualizing like, oh man, that would be a sweet build. Like that's fun. There's something about these Toyotas that just really like got our attention.
And I want to say too, because you being in the band world, you renovated buses and vans.
Oh yeah.
With bunk beds and living quarters. Mm-hmm. And so this isn't your first like renovation. This is the first time we're renovating and trying to make it look like a real home. Because it was like in the nitty gritty, like band dudes living in it.
Yeah.
But
it was a Ford 33 passenger, kind of like a shuttle bus that we converted.
And then you've done the Ford
E350, like your Ecoline van, pretty classic, like church.
And then
van.
Built bunk beds in the back so people could sleep, and then the 2 front benches for sitting.
Yeah, all about like managing your space and what works for you on the road, which is what everyone does. You know, what works for you, let's build it out to that. And the Toyotas just seem, they look cool. They look really cool to me. We're not done, and we will be one day, but if we had to do it again, yes. But I don't think I'd choose this. I personally would love to move on to a Sunraider. Yeah. And then, you know what? Maybe we'll do a Sunraider, and we're open to renovating anything. This is just where we're starting, so it could evolve into Skoolies, Sprinters, buses, Amazon vans, U-Haul trucks, a box on the side of the road. We're not afraid. We just got to get through our first one. Anyone who's made it this far, thank you so much for watching and getting to know us. This is super fun. Like we're not sure what we're doing, but we're having a good time doing it. So we'll see you on the next something. Bye.